Do you really trust U.S. leaders and the corporate-owned U.S. news media? I said to a friend of mine, the Serbian news source on the internet said that cluster bombs are being used. He said, oh, you trusting Serbian sources? I said, what sources are you trusting? You're trusting Bill Clinton's sources? Oh, well, Bill Clinton wouldn't lie to us, would he? Bill Clinton lied to us. It turns out they are using cluster bombs. It turns out they are using depleted uranium. Our own government now says it. You trust their stories? You remember the 500 premature babies that the Iraqis supposedly ripped from incubators in Kuwait, laughingly throwing the babies down on the hospital floors, vivid, detailed descriptions, even names of some of the poor victims whose little premature baby was in there. It turned out the story was a total fabrication. 500 premature babies in incubators. It turns out in all of LA County there's not more than 50 incubators. Half of them are not being used at any one time. Did Kuwait specialize in premature births? Instead of saying, we should have been saying, wait a minute, what is this story about? What's going on here? It was repeated again and again. I don't know any war where rapes are not committed, which is not to dismiss such awful things as rapes. 2 rapes is 2 rapes too many. But the San Francisco Chronicle had a headline that said, rape, just 2 weeks ago, rape is an official Serb policy, Kosovo refugees say. Oh, they know about official policy. And you read down 2 columns, and finally you get the OSCE official says the rapes have only numbered in the dozens. Very few dozens, as a matter of fact. Very few dozens of rapes. That's not an official policy. Oh, if Bill Clinton is looking to stop very few dozens of rapes, well, that's a slow 2 months in Washington, D.C. He could start much closer to home. He could concentrate on Capitol Hill, as a matter of fact. Or even closer,